All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. Last week, we spent time looking at building out your Synergy funnel. We went over the page that's on the Synergy web or the Our Synergy Family website. In fact, let me go to that page. We've developed for those people that are in our organization, as well as for anyone in Synergy worldwide. Doesn't matter whether you're a distributor in our organization or if you're in someone else's organization. We've made this website available to everyone. It's called OurSynergyFamily.com. And as you can see, as you come onto this page, there's an opening video that you can watch. Lasts about a little over almost 6 minutes. But as you scroll down, you'll see that there's 8 icons. And these icons are there to take you to a dedicated page to help you build your Synergy business. Last week, we spent the whole time looking at your Synergy funnel, how to build out your funnel so that as you implement your marketing strategies and as you attract people and create awareness either to nitric oxide therapy or the microbiome or weight management or natural health or whatever the marketing strategy that you're using to build your Synergy business, you start putting people into the top of your funnel. And the whole goal of your funnel is to be able to do 2 things: create customers who are product users, who then create cash flow for your Synergy business. And then as you also attract people who want to have their own home-based business, being able to help them do the same thing, develop their marketing strategies so that they can then attract people to them, create the awareness, get them into their funnel, and properly move them down through that funnel so that for your distributors that you've brought into Synergy worldwide, you're helping them also create customers. And we spent that whole last Saturday showing you how to build out the different components for that funnel. Today, we want to show you what's called the 10-10 Club. You'll notice that there's an icon for the 10-10 Club strategy. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What is this 10-10 Club? In a nutshell, it's a systematic approach to building your Synergy business. This 10-10 Club is modeled off of the Wong brothers from South Korea. Now, why should we pay attention to the Wong brothers in South Korea? Well, last time I checked, I think they were both double presidentials. Now, they could be triple presidentials. I know Mark Comer is a triple presidential. I'm not sure if the Wong brothers are there yet. But pretty much almost all of South Korea's organization and Synergy worldwide goes through the Wong brothers. Now, South Korea is most likely close to 50% of the revenue that comes into Synergy worldwide. Typically, I think the South Korean market is close to 70 million or more. I don't know what the final returns were for Synergy worldwide in 2018. I didn't bother to check that since they're a publicly owned company. But the key thing is, what did the Wong brothers do to implement a system in South Korea that allows them to build such a large organization and move so much product? And what they did is they required that for the people who wanted to join them in Synergy worldwide, you first had to go out and get 10 customers. And once you had 10 customers, then you could become part of their Synergy organization. And the reason why they did that is because they understand the principle that no one will make any kind of money unless product is moved. And the other concept that if you don't have people get on these Synergy products, there's no way that these Synergy products can benefit them from a health standpoint. So not only are they helping the people who get on the product benefit physically through the products, but they're also helping create for their new distributors cash flow through customers. And so the 10-10 Club is modeled off of that concept of customers creating cash flow and teaching your distributors that you've personally sponsored to get their customers to create cash flow for their Synergy business, which then creates residual income or the potential for residual income in your Synergy organization. So today we want to help you understand the 10-10 Club and show you the power of the 1010 Club in terms of creating cash flow as well as residual income that can lead to financial independence. Now, as we scroll down, and this PDF is available to you on if you go onto our Synergy funnel and you scroll down to this section here called Client and Engage, step number 3, I'm clicked on this PDF that you see here, the image on the right-hand side of my screen, should be the right-hand side that you're seeing, where you see your system, the 1010 Club. All I did was click on this image and opened up this PDF. And we want to help you understand, again, this 1010 Club. We also have what's called a mind map. The mind map is a one-page PDF that you can download to your computer, you can print it off, and you can put it in front of you so that you can see it on a daily basis to understand what are you doing today to advance your Synergy organization to harness the 1010 Club. And this PDF, mind map, is all about helping you understand this process. In fact, here, let me just go to this one. This is the PDF, and there's just 2 sides to the 1010 Club. There's the first 10, which represents 10 loyal customers. That's your goal. Your goal is to get 10 loyal customers that are buying on a monthly basis. Now, that might mean that you'll need 20 customers to do that. You might need 30 customers to do that. But you want 10 customer sales on a monthly basis so that those 10 customer sales will create somewhere between $300 to $500 in monthly cash flow to help you operate your Synergy business. Some of those customers might become business builders. The right side of the mind map is your 10 committed business builders. You know, we can bring a lot of people into Synergy worldwide, but unless people make a commitment to building their Synergy business, you're most likely not going to see anything happen. Nothing happens in life until you make a commitment to do something, and then you have the discipline to follow through on your commitment and implement your strategies. And you want to work with 10 committed business builders, people that you've personally sponsored, to help them do what? To model the 1010 Club, because it's the best way for them to create cash flow, to be able to operate their Synergy business, and attract to them other people who are looking for a viable home-based business that can create cash flow, that can lead also to residual income that can provide for them some level of financial independence. And one of the things that we're going to do today is to show you that when you begin to implement this system, this systematic approach to building your Synergy business, what it means in terms of cash flow and what it means in terms of residual income, because I'm going to have a question at the end of the presentation today, and it's up to you to answer that question. But how you answer that question will kind of set the groundwork for whether you're going to go ahead and implement the 1010 Club in the future. Hopefully not a year in the future, hopefully this month in the future. Now, going back to this PDF that everyone has available to you through our Synergy Family website, here's the goal. 10 loyal customers create cash flow. Now, what we're looking for are 10 monthly customer orders. And again, I'm working on a hypothetical here from the standpoint that those monthly orders could range in CV volume. But the nice thing in the Synergy compensation plan is that as you add customers to your Synergy organization, those customers get their own Synergy ID number, but they are tied to your tracking center one. That means that every time that those customers go and order, the CV volume of their order is attached to your tracking center one, which means that you're able to then earn elite rebates. For example, today is Saturday. On Thursday of this week, I had a person order a Jumbo Jar Plus One. Now, I've never met that person. That person found me online, used my Synergy replicated website, and ordered a Jumbo Jar Plus One on their own. And they've been consistently ordering that Jumbo Jar Plus One about every 4 months. So on Thursday, they ordered, that individual, he ordered another Jumbo Jar Plus One. That was 170 CV of volume that was attached to my Tracking Center One. Since I'm already above the 150 CV threshold, I earned an immediate elite rebate off of that. I earned $42.50. And I really didn't do anything other than making sure that I have marketing strategies that drive people to my replicated website for Synergy Worldwide and some other things that I have up on the internet that I work to drive traffic to be able to gain a customer base. Now, I consistently have over 10 monthly orders, and they consistently average over 150 CV. Typically, they're getting, up in Canada, 6 boxes or 7 boxes. And here in the United States, they typically get the Jumbo Jar Plus One. So 150 CV as an average order, and having enough customers that you've attracted to yourself through your marketing strategies so that you're getting 10 orders on a monthly basis, that creates 1,500 CV. Back out the threshold of 150, because we don't get paid elite rebates until we're above the 150 threshold. So every month we start over at 0. So every month you have to have your 150 CV in place first, and then anything above that you earn an elite rebate. I do my 150 CV by ordering a Jumbo Jar Plus One every month, because I know that I'm going to be able to sell that Jumbo Jar Plus One, the box, to someone else. So I just have that as my monthly auto ship. That immediately sets me up so that anything else that comes in for that month, I'm going to start immediately earning elite rebates. Now, whether you choose to do that or not, that's up to you. But the goal is 10 orders with an average order of 150 CV. That creates 1,500 CV of volume. Back out the threshold of 150. I'm left with 1,350. I earn a 25% return through what's called elite rebates. That creates for me $337.50 in elite rebates. And if I multiply that by 12 months, I've created a part-time business of a little over $4,000 a year. Now, how many people do you know that would like to have a part-time business that generates for them or their family an extra $4,000 in cash flow? There's most likely people out there. That could be part of your marketing strategy to begin to attract people. But again, just like they would go to a part-time job, there's work involved in going to a part-time job. You have to show up to the part-time job. You have to do what is expected of you to do during that part-time job, and then you have to come home. So there's travel to the job, there's the time at the job, there's the time traveling home from the job. There's work required in a part-time job. There's work required in your Synergy business if you're going to be able to create your customer base. Now, as you go, this certainly is not going to lead to financial independence. It certainly is going to create cash flow that allows you to operate your Synergy business and rewards you for doing that. Now, you can scale this. Like I scale this. I have more than 10 customer orders. Last month, my CV volume was close to 7,000. So if I take 7,000, back out the 150, multiply that, I hit the wrong thing here, 7,000, back out my 150, multiply 6,850 times 0.25. So I created just slightly over $1,700 in cash flow through my customer base that I have, that I've built over time. Take that 17 and multiply it by 12. My customer base that I've been able to create in Synergy Worldwide creates for me over $20,000 in cash flow to operate my Synergy business. Well, I don't need $1,700 to operate my Synergy business. So that means that most of that money that's coming to me through Synergy Worldwide and the Elite Rebates through my customer component of my Synergy business, the first 10 of the 10-10 club, I've expanded that 10 for myself personally well beyond 10 monthly orders. I've scaled it higher. My goal is to continue to scale it higher. My goal is to get it to 10,000 CV of volume every month on my Tracking Center 1 so that it's generating at least $2,500 in cash flow. That's my goal. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm certainly on my way towards that. But I have a $20,000 business just in customers, and most of that business is people who are automatically reordering on Synergy Worldwide. So I can take some of that income, put it into marketing strategies to continue to drive traffic to my replicated website, my videos that I do on YouTube, and other things to be able to continue to build that customer base. Now, the first 10 of the 10-10 club are customers. The second 10 of the 10-10 club are business builders, people that you've personally sponsored and brought into Synergy Worldwide, and they're committed to building their Synergy business. And the goal is to get 10 of them. And the goal is also to sponsor them properly between your left side and your right side. We'll, not this month, but in October, we'll do a separate Saturday presentation on proper sponsoring and placement techniques, especially for new people who come into Synergy Worldwide, to understand how to keep your left side and your right side balanced as you grow your Synergy business. But the ideal situation is to have 10 personally sponsored business builders where 5 of them are on your left side and 5 of them are on your right side. And what are you going to do with them? You're going to help them decide on their marketing strategy, help them implement their Synergy funnel, so that as they implement their marketing strategy to create awareness and attraction, to put people into the top of their funnel, you're going to help them understand how to build their funnel and move people down through their funnel so that people become customers. That's your first goal, is to help your existing distributors that you've personally sponsored and brought into Synergy Worldwide, is to help them begin to create their customer base, because it's what's going to create the cash flow to be able to keep them engaged in their Synergy business. As they create the cash flow for their Synergy business, then they can see that their Synergy business is a viable, legitimate business, and it makes it easier for them to then attract other people who want a viable business to look at Synergy Worldwide and say, yes, I can see how this could be potentially help me accomplish my financial goals. And as I show you this component, you're going to also understand how you can use the 10-10 club to leverage those contacts to show them the power of implementing a systematic strategy through the 10-10 club that can lead to significant residual income that provides them with the financial independence that they're looking for. I don't call it financial freedom. I call it financial independence, because financial independence is different for different people. It's a dollar amount that allows them to do things that they want to do in their life, not a job that they have to do in their life. So if you're able to begin to bring people into your Synergy business, people that you've personally sponsored, what's the first thing that you want to do is you want to help them create their customer base. Now, we've talked about what that represents to them from a cash flow standpoint. Let's now look at what it represents to you from a residual income standpoint. CV in your organization underneath you. So if the average business builder has their 10 customers for the month and the average order is 150 CV, what they've done is they've created for themselves the 1350 in CV. They've earned for themselves the $337 in Elite Rebates. But what does it mean to you? Well, what Synergy does is they take that 1350 divided by 2, represents 675, add back in the 150 CV threshold. That person who's got 10 customer orders for the month, averaging 150 CV, they represent to you in your organizational volume 825 CV. Now, if I've got 5 business builders on my weak leg, and I've helped those 5 business builders understand this principle that customers create cash flow, that you can scale those customers to greater than 10 a month to create even more significant cash flow, and they're working to create their customer base, on your weak leg, they're then adding CV. And if I've got 5 of them that have the minimum of 10 monthly orders, if I take that 825 in CV times those 5, that's over 4,000 CV on my weak leg, and I'm getting paid basically 7%. It's usually higher than that, but let's use 7% because I've been in Synergy for a long time. I've never seen the basic commission less than 7%. So if we just use 7% to make our math easy, that's creating for me $288.75 in basic commission. Again, it's not financial independence yet until you begin to understand the process of what's called mega matches. That's one of the key components that when you talk to people who you bring into your Synergy business, you want to help them understand the concept of mega matches. A mega match is a dollar for dollar match on the basic commissions of every person that you've personally sponsored. As long as you're qualified in your tracking center 1, and if you've built your 10 customer orders on a monthly basis, you're always qualified on your tracking center 1, then you can earn a dollar for dollar match on the basic commissions of everyone that you've personally sponsored. That means that that person can be in your weak leg or they could be in your strong leg. That means that that person could be 1 generation from you or they could be 1,000 generations away from you. It doesn't matter. If you've sponsored them, no matter where they're at in your Synergy organization, left side, right side, weak leg, strong leg, a generation from you or 1,000 generations away, if they earn a basic commission, then you earn a dollar for dollar match on their basic commission. So you have a vested interest in every person that you've personally sponsored in the Synergy worldwide to help them build their Synergy business properly. Again, give them a roadmap, the 10-10 Club. Help them understand the power of customers to create cash flow to operate their Synergy business, because that puts cash into their pocketbook, keeps them motivated, helps them begin to create their story to share to other people. And then if you help them understand the concept of mega matches, it helps them understand the power of teaching that to other people who then replicate the 10-10 Club down through their organization. This is all about a system that, 1, helps you systematically build your Synergy business, but also helps you to replicate your Synergy business. So what does this basic commission look like? Well, if I've got 5 business builders on my weak leg that have got their 10 customer orders for the month, I'm looking at about 4,000 CV of volume, about $288.75 in basic commission, and it represents about $3,500 in residual income for the year. But if I'm teaching those 5 business builders to do what? Find their business builders? Well, those 5 that are in my left hand, let's call it my weak leg. If those 5 in my weak leg are now finding their business builders, whether they put them on their weak leg or their strong leg, they're still in my weak leg. So every business builder that I personally sponsored who attracts people into the Synergy business, all of them will still be on my weak leg. that helps to grow my weak leg. And if they're teaching the principle of the 10-10 Club and helping those people that they've sponsored into Synergy Worldwide build out their customer base, what does it do? It increases your CV volume. So if I've got 10 people, whether I personally sponsored them or whether they've come, if I've got 10 business builders, whether I personally sponsored them or whether they've come through people that I've personally sponsored into Synergy Worldwide, the goal is to help everyone create their customer base, to create the cash flow to operate their Synergy business. And as you can see, if I've got 10 business builders, whether I've sponsored them or not, with their customer base, I'm now up to a little over 8,000 CV volume, not quite $600 in basic commission, almost $7,000 in residual income. And if those people are then replicating the 10-10 Club, which means that they're building their customer base and attracting to them business builders, now those 10 business builders become 20 business builders who are doing what? Building their customer base so they can create the cash flow for their Synergy business. And as you can see, the CV in my weak leg now goes up to over 16,000 CV of volume, little over $1,100 in basic commission, now almost a $14,000 residual income stream with my cash flow that I was achieving up here, another 4,000. So you can see that now this is looking to be a close to a $20,000 business a year. But we're only looking at basic commissions and elite rebates so far. We have not factored in this equation yet mega matches. Mega matches is the power of the Synergy compensation plan to be able to help people achieve financial independence. What I've just shown you in just two components of the Synergy compensation plan is how you can create some significant cash flow to help you and your family achieve things in life. What I'm going to show you next is the power of the component called mega matches in the Synergy compensation plan that gives you the power to have financial independence. So as we scroll down here, again, remember, what is a mega match? It's a direct dollar for dollar match on the basic commissions of anyone that you've personally sponsored into Synergy Worldwide. They can be on your weak leg or strong leg, left side or right side, 1 generation or 1,000 generations away from you. And the beauty of the Synergy compensation plan is there are no breakaways. So I can have people that I personally sponsored or people that they personally sponsored who can grow to rank advancements significantly higher than where I'm at in Synergy Worldwide and know that they'll never break away from my organization. There are no breakaways. So that means that everything that they do in their growth and the way that they build their Synergy business, all it's going to do is continue to increase the monthly CV on my left leg or my right leg, depending upon where they're located. Now, if I've taught my 5 business builders, well, take that back. If I've taught my 10 business builders that I've worked towards creating, 5 on my weak leg, 5 on my strong leg, because on mega matches, it doesn't matter where they're at. I'm going to earn a mega match off of all my business builders, whether they're on my weak leg or my strong leg. If I take those 10 that I brought into Synergy Worldwide and teach this concept of creating your customer base to create your cash flow, and then teaching those that come into the Synergy business that you personally sponsored to replicate that same process, what happens for them is they start earning a basic commission. If their basic commission that they earn is $288.75, I'm going to multiply that by 10. That means my mega match is now almost $29,000 for the month. $34,650 for the year. Now, that is some serious income that if I understand this, then I begin to work to help my organization scale it, just like I work to scale my customer base so that I can increase my cash flow. And if I teach my other business builders to do the same thing, what am I doing for them? I'm helping them increase their cash flow through their customers, but I'm also creating greater CV volume on their Tracking Center 1, which creates greater organizational volume for me. Now, if I can help them begin to replicate where my 10 attract to themselves their 10, you can see that as their basic commission goes up, my 10, their basic commission goes from $288 to $577 a month. Multiply that times 10. Now I'm earning almost $6,000 a month in mega matches, little over $69,000 in residual income. And you'll notice that on this chart, I've got that double asterisk. Why is it double asterisk? Because when you look at America, I don't have income values for 2019, but in 2018, last year, the average household income, median income, rose from $61,000 to $858 to just slightly over $62,000. So let's take the average. It was about $62,000 is the average income in America. Well, what's the power of the mega match? When you teach and duplicate this down through your organization, I can begin to create a residual income stream. Haven't even looked at, again, my basic commissions and the elite rebates that I'm getting through my customer base. But just from mega matches, I can create the potential to be in a position to say, I'll keep doing my job because I like it, and I'll keep spending my part-time building my synergy organization because it's providing me with income that allows me to do things that I could not do just on my job alone. Or if I hate my job, I can be in a position to say to my spouse, my significant other, my family, that I'm going to make a career change and stop doing what I hate to do because we needed the income for our family to be able to live on. And I can now spend full time doing my synergy business because my income stream is there to replace it, and we can continue to grow. And how do you grow? By investing in the people that you've personally sponsored to help them put into place a systematic process to grow their synergy business called the 10-10 Club, to help them get their 10 customers or more, to create their cash flow, and then help them attract other business builders and replicate the same thing. And as that replication process continues to grow, let's say that your original 10 business builders, and you can always sponsor more than 10. So every person that you sponsored in the Synergy Worldwide, whether it's your first one or whether it's 20, you want to teach them how to implement the 10-10 program because it's to their advantage and your advantage. It's a complete win-win situation. Everyone wins when you apply the 10-10 Club. And so if I can help every one of those people that I've personally sponsored in the Synergy Worldwide continue to implement the 10-10 Club and expand their customer base, expand their distributor base, help their distributors that they personally sponsored understand how to build their customer base, all it does is increase the potential for basic commissions for them, which then increases my mega matches. And if their basic commission goes up to about $1,100 on a monthly basis, if I've got 10 people doing that, that's $11,500 in mega matches for the month. That's over $138,000 in income. Now, that puts you in there's about 20% of Americans have a household income of over 100,000 or more. Typically, that household income is based upon two people working. Here, if you implement your 10-10 club and teach people that you've personally sponsored to do the same thing and teach them to teach those that they've sponsored to do the same thing, you have the potential over a period of time to create an income stream that allows you to have the financial independence for you and your family to do the things that you want to do rather than doing the things that you have to do. So it brings me to this question. Is it worth learning how to correctly implement your synergy funnel and using the 10-10 club to create both cash flow for your customers, from your customers, and residual income from your business builders to achieve financial independence over the next 2 to 4 years? Now, that's a question that you have to answer. I know how I've answered it. The answer is yes. But you have to make that decision. If you say yes, then you have to make the decision to implement marketing strategies, to discipline yourself, to put in the necessary work to build your customer base, to attract to you other business builders and invest in your business builders to help them do the same. So with that said, do I have any questions from anyone this morning with regards to what I've showed you on the 10-10 Club and the power of the 10-10 Club to help you implement a system that can create for yourselves some financial independence? You'll have to unmute yourself because everyone is muted at this point in time. Any questions or comments for me before we say goodbye?
Dan, it's Judy.
Yes, Judy.
Or I'm in the car. So thank you so much for clearly putting that down on paper on exactly what's needed to do. And this is something that we can use with our potential distributors to explain to them how they can make money, because I think that's what people want to see. They don't want to see, oh, there's 7 ways to make income and it's so great that there's 7 ways, and you know, ABC company only has 5 ways, but we have 7, and we have a mega match, and all that sounds really good, but people really get it when they know the money, what the effort is going to be used to take the and get the money that they need to have a part-time or a full-time business. And the dollars don't lie, you know, those figures that you had, that's it, that's the truth. And it's just the effort that we have to make to get to that amount. So thank you so much for explaining it so clearly.
Thank you, Judy. I appreciate your input. And you used the word that I want to come back to, effort. I'm going to tell you now that any person who's making $100,000 or more a year most likely puts in more than 40 hours a week to be able to do that. They're required by whoever's paying them to sacrifice family time and sacrifice everything, other things that they might want to do with their family, to give the dedication and the time effort necessary for them to be able to earn an income stream of $100,000 or more. The nice thing about residual income through mega matches is if you invest in the people that you bring in the Synergy worldwide and help them apply this and help them expand, what's the incentive? The incentive is that they can help every person that they bring in the Synergy worldwide replicate this system. So it's not just dependent upon their efforts, but it's dependent upon the efforts of everyone, and you're not taking away from them. You're not taking away, you're not leveraging, saying to them, look, I'm not going to pay you if you're not willing to put in the time. They can see that if they're willing to put in the time on their own, this is what they can achieve. And so everyone working together allows for this. And then after some point in time, if you've taught this down through your organization and they're replicating it, there's a point in time where you can now back off on the amount of commitment that you have to your Synergy business and enjoy the residual income stream that continues to happen to you through mega matches, Whereas in a job, if I left a job, maybe I have a pension, but here in my synergy business, I have the potential to see this continue to grow and expand because it's based upon a duplicating system of systematic growth. Anyone else with any comments or questions before we say goodbye?
Hey, good morning, Dan. This is David. How are you?
Good.
I've enjoyed the presentation. I'm doing great, Dan. I've taken notes, enjoying the presentation because it's a really, like I said last week, a great refresher to put in a very, I don't want to say simple, but a strategic and a progressively strategy based upon your marketing, your choice of marketing activities that you do to build a business. So it's great because it does break it down, as Judy said, into really digestible pieces that you could follow. So thank you again for the refresher, and it's a great it's a great refresher to put in place and know what it takes to continue building the business.
Thanks, David. Appreciate that, and appreciate your efforts. Anyone else with anything? I see I have another chat comment. Let me see what that is. Oh, you're welcome, Donald. All right. Any further questions or comments before we say goodbye? All right. I appreciate your time today. Enjoy your weekend. We've got a beautiful one here in Chicago. Hopefully it's beautiful where you're at too. Talk to you next Saturday. Have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye now.